hello there, everyone. Hello. Happy Blackout Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. We are
We're gonna
here.
get blacked out here, man, with the windstorms we've been getting. Holy
I
smokes.
know.
All
We've
day
been
we've just
having
been
some
hearing like the whole day. It was crazy.
crazy wind. The Windy City is living up to its name right now. That's for sure.
Really is.
Even though, yes, chat, you don't have to tell us. We're aware that Chicago is not named the Windy City for the physical wind. It's because of politicians. We know. We're aware. We
Trust me, we
live
know that
here.
too.
Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to go on that Chicago rant, everyone.
Okay.
Sheesh.
I was
Anyway,
chosen today.
we're gonna go over the rules here because you're here to ask Doug these questions, the amazing questions that you've come up with here. So let's get to the rules so we can get started here. First and foremost, we give priority to the bit messages and super chats since that is some real world money spent. Towards the end of stream, sometimes we have time to go back and look at highlighted messages over on Twitch or regular chat questions over on YouTube, but save those for the end of stream because you cannot and should not repeat yourself over and over and over again in chat. You can get timed out or even banned if you're going to continuously do it. So just don't. On the YouTube side of things, we prioritize super chats that are $5 and over. We have a large volume of super chats that come in, and this is just a way for us to be able to prioritize so that we can get to those non-paid questions. Any super chats that are less than $5, if we have time, we'll go back and read towards the end of stream again. Also on the YouTube side of things, you'll notice that your super chats get unpinned from the top. Do not worry. I have a list. We will get to it. It's very, very rare that we actually miss a question. A lot of times you just need to have some patience. We can get to up to over an hour behind on questions. So just have some patience. We will get to it. Please watch the length of your questions. The longer it is, the faster I have to read it, the more likely it is we are going to lose the point and we don't have time to go back and figure out what you were trying to say. Along those same lines, if you absolutely must break up a message into multiple parts, please keep it to 3. Absolute max. Again, we just kind of lose track of how part 12 related back to part 3 and we don't have time to figure out how this all pieces together. Also, please keep it to 1 question per bit message or super chat. We have over 100 people combined between Twitch and YouTube right now, so it's not fair if you get to ask 6 and other people haven't even had a chance to ask 1. So just keep it to 1 question per bit message or super chat, please. No spoilers. Not everyone has had a chance to see the latest and greatest. I still haven't seen Wicked Part 2. Okay, so no Wicked Part 2 spoilers. I know I've seen the play, so I know like generally what happens, but I also know there's new songs and stuff that I have not gone out of my way to listen to. Don't tell me about them, okay? That's all I'm saying.
I will say, when I saw the movie, I was like, I don't remember this from the show. Is my memory really that bad? I was like, oh, okay, they were new songs. Okay.
yeah, there's a couple of new songs in there. I don't think Stranger Things has dropped yet. I think there might be an hour or so before the new season of Stranger
Oh, okay.
Things drops. So I was gonna
Don't
say
spoil
that,
either.
but
Either way.
yeah. Otherwise, I think that's it.
I think we're good.
I think we're good here.
Yeah.
Yeah, great, amazing. JL, thank you for the 500 bits. In Bean, what do you think of the scene where he gets his head stuck in the turkey?
I thought it was great the first time they did it in the Christmas special. Doing it a second time seems really weird because I already saw it in the Christmas special.
Sega Main Man, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm reading it because you didn't know it's your first time here, but please remember that we don't take super chats normally until after the standby screen is is live. Remember Applejack's Cinnamon and Bad Apple and how they were removed for being too quote unquote dated?
No, I remember Apple Sim and Cheerios. They had Apple and Cinnamon. They were superheroes. I have to admit, just hearing the name Cinnamon made me laugh a little bit. I don't remember the cartoons being that funny, but that name made me laugh. No, I don't think I saw Cinnamon. It's funny. I haven't seen these characters. I can already guess why they were taken away.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you watched the recent Netflix miniseries Black Rabbit? I definitely recommend it. Great performances by Jude Law and Jason Bateman.
I don't think so. Let me see. Black Rabbit 2025 drama. Nah, never heard. I like those actors. So yeah, I'll try to check it out.
The Wizard of What, thank you for the $5 super chat. We're off to see The Wicked, the wonderful Wicked for Good. We hear it is the best musical movie since Sweeney Todd.
Nash beats perfectly.
I tried.
I see that.
James, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, YouTuber The Lone Logan did a second commercial special video and had the same Cinnamon Toast Crunch commercials before you. It was posted 9 days ago.
Ah, well, somebody's clearly a thief. It's probably me. No, I didn't know that. I just went off because wait, did I don't think anyone recommended that one. I think that was one I just saw actually on like a YouTube ads or something like that. And I was just like, that was crazy. Are there more of these? And yeah, so that was earlier this year. But yeah, that's fine. That happens sometimes. Me and Tony from Hack the Movies, we there was a year where just for some reason we kept reviewing the same things at the same time. It happened like 3 or 4 times a year, so it does happen.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. What's your favorite outfit Doc Holliday wears in Tombstone?
Uh, I mean, I think just the black hat and a long black coat. I think the 90s, especially the early 90s, was a pretty hot phase for wearing long black coats, especially ones that are like blowing in the air and stuff like that. That always just looked so cool.
Jimmy, thank you for the $10 super chat. This is part 1 of 2. How to fix the liar revealed trope. Make us care about the lie. If we understand why the lie matters or how it affects the character's arc, we'll care more about the consequences of it being revealed.
I'll
To
wait
be
for
continued.
part 2 before
Yeah.
I give my thoughts.
The Wizard of What? Thank you for the $10 super chat. This is part 2 of theirs. And when we get there, we'll pop our corn and take a break
Oh.
from watching something that it got started out because we all loved the first movie.
Okay. Now start again. We're off to go see Wicked. Okay.
Yeah, just like that. JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Do you like Mr. Bean's Holiday more than Bean?
I haven't seen the whole movie. I get the feeling I would like it more. It sounds a little bit more what a Bean movie should be, but I haven't seen the whole thing. I know it didn't get the best reviews, and there's no Peter McNichol. He was the one thing that was really great in that movie. So I don't know. Well, one of these days I got to sit down and watch the whole thing.
Jimmy, thank you for the $10 super chat. This is part 2 of 2. Or have the liar be the only one not affected by the reveal, while everyone else mopes and dopes he doesn't because he got what he wanted and leaves them to deal with the emotional fallout.
I think you're overthinking it. The actual liar character, trying to be something he or she isn't, is actually part of the fun. That part is fun. That's why they do this trope. I think where it falls flat is where the liar is revealed, and they usually don't do anything fun with it. And they always act like they're the first one to do the trope. And well, the drama of this and the reveal is just so painful. You really have to see everybody just sit with this pain. Like this is a common thing that happens in life, and it's not. It's so forced. It's so contrived, and that's fine. They add something new and funny on top of it when the person is lying, but when it's revealed, that's the dramatic moment, and it's so lazy. But there are some films that utilize okay. They either don't focus much on there, or they skip past that, or it actually does tie into what the story's been doing the whole time. The last Madagascar movie did that surprisingly very effectively because it's had 2 films building up to that. So there are some movies that can do it okay.
Adam, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thoughts on Nifty Song and Has Been Hotel Season 2?
Gotta look that one up. Hold on. Nifty Song.
I loved it. The second half turning into a Japanese pop segment was
I do remember
so
that.
good.
Yeah,
I
that was
loved it.
fun.
Way to
And it was
utilize
kind of-
Kimiko Glenn if you've got her,
And it kind of comes out of nowhere too, which is fun about it as well. And yeah, and it was funny. Again, the animation was great. Yeah, no, I remember liking that quite a bit.
Fat Lord, thank you for the $5 super chat. How does the Adam West... Oh, so me reading it like the Adam West. How does the Adam West Batman rank in your list of favorite Batmen?
Boy, I'd have to look at the lineup. He'd probably be either maybe in the middle, maybe a little lower middle. That's not to say he was bad at all at what he did. He was spectacular at what he did. But it's just a different, it's just a different style, different type. And I think a lot of the other Batmans are, more effective. But gonna leave, a longer impact on me. But at the same time, like it's also like, are we going by character? Are we going by actors as well? Because like Affleck, I think was great as Batman, but the actual Batman character wasn't that hot. So there's a whole bunch of different things to measure out with that.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. What are your thoughts and feelings on the Thundercat show?
I loved it, even though I know it's trash. I know it's like Ninja Turtles. I know it's like He-Man. I know it's one big commercial. But for something that is one big commercial, it's very fun. It's creative and entertaining and campy as hell. But I'm not gonna defend it as an actual like this is a really good, show. The stories are so complex and everything. No, I mean it's very simple. Again, I think it was there probably just to sell toys, but I had a good time with it.
KJK, thank you for the 500 bits. And fun fact, in Has Been Hotel, the first choice to voice Vox was Mark Hamill. How do you think that would have went?
I think the singing sections would have been difficult because I don't think he can sing now because he can't even do the Joker voice. I could be wrong, maybe he can, but it sounds like sometimes the voice is struggling with that. But he, maybe he could have like sung it. He could have had so much personality to it. It could have worked. But I can see that actually because the person they got, it's like, yeah, okay, there's a little bit of like a Hamill-esque side to that, so I can see that.
The Wizard of What, thank you for the $5 super chat. Oh, this is part 3. We're off to go see Wicked at the wonderful Wicked for Good. Hope you guys like that. I'm off to see the movie. Peace out.
Thank you. Yes, it was an amazing trilogy you did there. See, you got 3 parts there where Wicked only had 2, so you went a step further.
The Ultimate Frozen Fan, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, it's my birthday tomorrow, same day as Thanksgiving this year, but as of 2013, it's also the day Frozen came out. 3 things on the same day. Wild.
Yes, you'll have to watch that famous Thanksgiving movie.
And happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday to you.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. How would you rank these Matthew Broderick performances by how bad they are? The Thief and the Cobbler, Godzilla, Inspector Gadget, Deck the Halls, and Christmas Story Live.
Oh boy. Man, that's so rough. Maybe I'll say Christmas Story Live because he was constantly flubbing his lines, and that's just that's just the ultimate thing you shouldn't do. After that, maybe Godzilla, then Deck the Halls, then what were the other 2?
The Thief and the Cobbler, Inspector Gadget?
Switch it. Inspector Gadget replaces Deck the Halls and then Thief and the Cobbler.
All right, great. Case Sutherland, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey Doug, you ever plan on coming to any Comic Cons in Texas next year? Surely you missed the Lone Star beer, Bob Wills music, and back credit cards. I'd love to discuss my hatred of aliens further.
If we invite, if you want us out there, just go ahead and say, hey, we want Channel Awesome out there, and maybe we can come out there. I am doing a con in Arizona, I believe in, was it March or April? I think it was March. So that's coming up. So, I know it's not, Texas is pretty big and everything, but yeah, I think Arizona's a little close, kind of closer than Illinois.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen Life of Chuck 2004? And if so, what are your thoughts?
Oh wait. See, I want because I've gotten this backwards. Life of Chuck, because you said 2004.
2004.
No, okay, the only one coming out. Maybe they meant 2024. Because I kept calling it Good Luck Chuck, which is the Dane Cook movie, and that is not the same thing. That's very, very different. So yeah, no, it's the Stephen King movie. Yes, I saw it this year, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. I liked it while I was watching it, and I was curious where some of it was going. I was afraid some of it was going to be a little too pretentious, but and maybe some of it is a hint, but when it got to the end and I saw what it was all doing, I went, all right, I really like that. And just the more and more I let it sit, the better and better it got. So yeah, I actually really, really liked it a great deal.
Adam, thank you for the $5 super chat. Which villain in Has Been Hotel do you like more? Adam in season 1 or Vox in season 2?
Oh, Vox. Adam's a fun, dumb villain, and I can't act like I don't see people like that in real life and everything. But Vox is just so much more interesting. He has layers within his plans. I like the design better as well. The songs are better. I like the rivalry with Alistair. Yeah, just everything about him I liked a lot more. And that's not to say Adam's a bad villain. You know, he's fine. He's a little too simple. And I know that's the point, so it works fine. But yeah, I thought Vox was a lot more fun.
Deshaun, thank you for the $10 super chat. Happy day before Thanksgiving, Doug. Can I suggest for next year for you to review Freebirds, the movie about turkeys going back in time to stop the first Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've had people recommend it. I feel like enough time has passed for it to be like nostalgic and people want to you know look back on it. So yeah, I have it on the list for next year. I'll probably get around to it.
Deb the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. What do you like so much about Timothy Dalton as James Bond?
He he does what who's the last one? Daniel Craig. I thought at first was trying to do, and then eventually got there. I thought as the movies went on, he got more and more interesting. But I thought he so naturally did what that character was trying to do, and is based more on the book. Which again, the book doesn't always mean better. But I thought I found that good in between of doing the movie version of James Bond and the book version, and you just really felt like when this guy was going to go get blood, get revenge, you believed it, and you question how far he would go with it, but at the same time, you identified with why he was doing it. You just got what he was about very, very quickly, and it both seemed in keeping with the Bond movie archetype well enough, and also really pulling a lot from what the book character was about.
Dr. Cleves, thank you for that 41-month subscription over on Twitch.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Appreciate that. Hey guys, just wanted to wish you guys a happy Thanksgiving. And guess what? It's also my birthday tomorrow.
Oh,
Happy
hey,
birthday.
free birthdays all around.
Honest Reviewer, thank you for that 42-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Sup, Doug and Heather. Funny how you parodies a bunch of insurance commercials, because I was meaning to recommend Liberty Mutual's Limu Emu commercials, mainly because it features a sidekick named Doug. Maybe next year.
I was thinking about it when I was looking at other insurance mascots to bring it. It is weird that insurance has a lot of mascots the more I think about it. But yeah, that was where I'm just like, I think this already. I didn't know how long the caveman makeup effects were gonna take, so I was just like, and the little fish that walks in the beginning. So I was just like, I'll keep it easy, easier.
KJK, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey, Doug, what are your thoughts on Basic Instinct?
Uh, I gotta see it again. I when I first saw it, I thought it was meant to be taken seriously. And wait, let me make sure. I always get that in Fatal Attraction confused. Hold on. Basic Instinct. That's the one with the legs, right? Yeah. First thing that pops up is image of the legs. But I didn't put together when I first saw it because I was pretty young that it was meant to be campy. It was meant to be corny. So I gotta go back and watch it again because now that I think back to some of those shots and everything, they're very stylized, and of course, it's meant to be campy. So I gotta give it another shot.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen The Beautician and the Beast 1997? And if so, what are your thoughts?
No, I think I actually heard one or two okay things about it. I remember like a lot of people were just, oh, that looks awful, man, that's going to be really terrible. But like there were a few critics sticking up for it saying, no, like it's not great, but it's actually better than you think it would be. And I never gave it a look. So maybe I should. If we're just talking about Timothy Dalton, why not? I think he's like the prince or whatever in there. So yeah, we'll see.
Adam, thank you for the $5 super chat. Overall, now that you've seen 2 full seasons of both shows, which one do you like more? Has Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss?
I'll still say Hell of a Boss. It is closer. It's a little trickier to just be like, oh yeah, by far, Hell of a Boss. But I think I just like the style and the characters a little bit more. I don't know. When I think of the ones that like, man, that character like, I feel like it kind of I have more of a I don't want to say connection, but I feel more for in Hell of a Boss, and maybe because they are so in many respects, irredeemable and but they try to find it in there where the whole idea of Hazbin Hotel is that they can be redeemed. We're trying to show they can be redeemed. I just find the, miserable little pathetic creatures that you have to really search and find the good in. I find them usually a little bit more interesting.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Zootopia 2, what do you think of the horse mayor?
Oh, I thought it was funny. Somebody, maybe it was you, I can't remember, but somebody told me there's a recording of Patrick Warburton neighing into a microphone. And man, when you see the way he does it, just hearing it in the movie is so funny. That I want to find that recording big time.
Sorry, JL, thank you for the 500 bits. I played a bit of Fortnite last night, leveled up to 37. How are you liking Fortnite, Doug? Kill Bill is next season.
Cool. And I mean, I played it a little bit before. I don't have time to play it a lot. It is fun. It is a fun game. I'm terrible at it, but even with, I think it's a sign of a good game when you're terrible at something, but you still enjoy playing it. So yeah, I think that's probably the best sum up you can do there.
Adam, thank you for the $5 super chat. What are your thoughts on the character
I was
Mr. Frog
frozen
in
today.
Smiling Friends?
Um, I liked him fine. He's a pretty funny character for what he is. But what they did with him in the last episode, I mean, not last, the whatever this season 3 episode, I thought was pretty
I was
fun. It was
frozen
both really
today.
funny as it kept going. It was kind of deep and touching in a weird way, but the way that Smiling Friends can do it, it's just so bizarre, but you can kind of read a couple of things into it. And we did go back and we paused a lot of the pictures that went by when he's whatever reaching that nirvana or whatever. And some of them I am like, whoa, when I saw them.
Hippozilla, thank you for the 500 bits. Would you accept an offer to host the Oscars or Golden Globes?
I mean, it's not gonna happen anyway. But if it did, I would do it maybe for like connections I would make, maybe, and maybe a little bit of a challenge of okay, can I work within what they're saying you can't do, you can't say, and still make it funny? Because I think that's the biggest issue a lot of these comedians who host it have to deal with. Because I've seen plenty of funny people go on there and not be funny. And I just know that's because they're saying they had a whole bunch of jokes. Well, you can't do that, you can't maybe try this, maybe try that. This is friendly, this is nice. So maybe for the challenge of that, but I don't know. I just know I'd be going up there neutered and just would affect it a great deal. So I don't know. If I did, it would be a what they call a lateral move.
To Planet, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey guys, great commercial special today. Would you ever consider uploading the old Twitch broadcasts to YouTube, specifically the ones where Doug plays all the Kingdom Hearts games? I would love to be able to revisit those.
I forget we were
We've talked
talking
about it, but I don't think we've
yeah.
ever fully committed.
I think we were talking about trying it in January because we don't know if we do that if that's going to result in like subs dropping off because it's
Mhm.
like oh it's a streaming channel now. I don't want notifications of that. So we're talking about trying it in January. I think I even have it on the calendar that we're going to try that because we lose some subs then no biggie. It's the ads and everything are dead at that point. So we'll see. We'll probably try it out.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Godfather 1 or 2 and favorite scene?
Man, that's hard. It's funny because I feel like Godfather 2 is probably better, but I feel like I quote Godfather 1 a lot more. And I kind of remember scenes a little bit more from Godfather 1. And a lot of them, I mean, all the actors are great, but I think a lot of it does come from Brando and those scenes, of course, the voice and everything. Um, so 2 is better, but I think I remember 1 a bit more.
KJK, thank you for the 500 bits. What are your thoughts on the Incredible Hulk show with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno?
I remember like it. I don't think I've seen it since I was a kid, and that was actually my introduction to the Hulk. I didn't know it was based on a comic. I saw this the intro of that show, and I just thought it looked so cool. And then the first time he transforms, I'm like, oh my god, this is awesome. So and then I found out it was a comic too. I'm like, what? And what he's doing stuff with Spider-Man, the X-Men, what like all this stuff because I was introduced to it through the TV show. So that was just such a cool thing. Same thing, Wonder Woman. I was introduced to her through the TV show, and then I'm like, wait, she's fighting with like Batman and Superman. What? Like it was just so cool when you find that out.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen The Bishop's Wife with David Niven and Cary Grant?
No, I haven't seen that or the. Oh wait, I'm thinking of The Preacher's Wife. I haven't seen either.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you ever heard of a YouTuber called Wasting Money 1? They stopped making videos back in 2018, sadly.
No, it's a funny name though.
Ice Luigi, thank you for the $7 super chat. What are your favorite traps in Home Alone, not counting the first two movies?
Sheesh. Trying to remember them. Man, I mean, I'm just struggling to remember even what. No, like every time I think of one, I'm like, no, that's from a Home Alone knockoff, like Blank Check or something like that. Yeah, man, I really can't remember that. I am struggling. Because all the ones I think are just off. I remember one where there's a lady stuck in a snowman. That was stupid. I remember one where they try to jump into a trampoline. The trampoline goes into a bunch of like water or something. That was dumb. Remember the stupid parrot on the car. Yeah, man, I just cannot think of any real funny ones. I'm sure there must be, but I'm just totally blanking.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Zootopia 2, what do you think of the snake?
Uh, Good. I got enough of a character out of him. I wish there was a little bit more because you got a really good actor there, and he brought a lot to it. Certainly, I think that's one of the reasons the character does work as well as he does. But I would have liked a little bit more about him aside from just what the goal was, what he was trying to accomplish. Um, but he was good. Again, a lot of it came from how well he was played.
Gail Ramirez, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thoughts on No Good Deed? My audience in the theater went quiet in this moment. Cynthia Erivo killed it. No
loved it.
spoilers, obviously.
No, I mean it was the two reasons I wanted to see Wicked as a movie was for Defying Gravity and No Good Deed, and both of them just got exactly how I thought they would look. Like how the camera movements would go, what would be happening. I always imagine that scene with like the monkeys flying around and stuff, and it's just like it was so cool. When I got to that moment, I just reached when I got to the end of it, I was just like, yes, they got it. It's like such a good feel. I'm like, oh, when that comes to YouTube, I'm gonna watch that a lot of times. And she sung it great.
I'm gonna ascend to a whole nother plane of existence. Ami, thank you for the $10 super chat. Quick question from a longtime watcher. Have you seen The Bear 1988? And if not, would you consider reviewing it? And during your review, answer this. Did the Academy snub Bart the Bear for his performance?
Well, I think Academy Awards usually go to humans. So it's hard to say that's a snub. But maybe that should change. If anything, Wicked has taught us. But I haven't seen it. I remember I really wanted to see it a lot as a kid, and for some reason, another film my mom said no to, and I don't know why. But I never did check it out, and that's always one wherever I hear it, and somebody always asks me on stream, I'm like, oh, I gotta see that, and I always forget about it. So let me write that down as one of the movies to watch, like maybe during my time off.
God of Chaos, thank you for the $5 super chat. Fanscription idea, if I may. Indiana Jones going to Skull Island and meeting King Kong. Skull Island could have a hidden treasure.
Actually, I know it sounds silly, but it would be kind of cool to see how Indiana Jones like communicates with King Kong. That would actually be kind of interesting. Bring it up to Walter. Maybe there's something there.
Column, thank you for the 10-pound super chat. Thanks for everything you do on YouTube. Your Nostalgia Critic vids are the best.
Thank you. It's very kind of you to say. Thank you for watching.
A lover of cinema, thank you for the 500 bits. Is it weird that one of my favorite Tom Hanks performances is his cameo in the Simpsons movie? Because it is. What can I say? That was a pretty great cameo.
Yes, it is weird. But no, I mean he did it well. I thought he handled that pretty funny.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you watch this week's episode of either Bob's Burgers and or Smiling Friends?
I saw Smiling Friends. I didn't get to see Bob's Burgers yet, and yeah, I thought it was funny. I always, uh, as a bald man myself, I feel the pain. I thought that whole bit with just showing a guy just nothing but his head. He's like, "What job do you think you have?" I don't know, construction worker, maybe. He's like, and how about now? He just gives him like hair, and he's like, um. I don't know, same thing. No, wouldn't you think like CEO or businessman? I mean, it's like, okay, I see your point. I thought that was very, very funny.
Ghost Cruncher, thank you for the $5 super chat. What was your first reaction to seeing Velma crush on a lady in Trick or Treat Scooby Doo? Does the elephant know?
I don't know if I saw that. What's it called? Trick or Treat
Trick or Treat
Scooby-Doo?
Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo. I guess I'm just curious when they finally did 2022. I mean, not surprising. I guess surprising, but not surprising. I
Yeah.
guess. Obviously, that's been something everybody's thought about with that character for years. But I know at some point they had like Velma and Shaggy hooking up, which just feels really weird, really, really odd. So yeah, I haven't seen it, but I guess I'd be a little curious because it looks like it's just another kid version. So I guess I'd be a little curious to see how they handle it.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you given Passengers a rewatch or has your opinion on that movie changed over the years?
I haven't watched it again. I haven't had much interest in watching it again. I think just what I said before, if they started it in the middle, I think it would have been a stronger film. And even then, I don't know if it would have been like an amazing film, but it would have been better. I know it's not awful. I just remember it being, kind of dull. Like the only thing that was interesting about it was the performances.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Home Alone, who do you like more, Harvey or Marv? Or sorry, Harry. My bad. They
I
wrote
was
it
gonna
correct.
say,
I read it wrong. Harry or Marv?
you combine them, you get Harvey. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Let me see. Trying to think. Probably Marv. I like Marv in the first one. In the second one, he's a little too dumb, but in the first one, he's just the right amount of dumb. When he says, "Why the hell you dress like a chicken?" Like just the way he says it, it's just in the second one, he'd be like, "Why the hell you dress like a chicken?" Like he'd go really over the top, but he just said it like just a regular guy there, and that's what made that line work. So I like he's not very bright, but he's still just a regular guy. He's not quite a cartoon character yet.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. In Home Alone, what do you think of the pigeon lady?
Played very well. She is acted very, very well. Everything else about her, I think, is ridiculous. Oh, I was from Ireland or wherever she's from, and made it to New York somehow because she got her heart broken, and then just went homeless after that. It's like, what's the connection there? I didn't say it. Oh, I can't be with anyone again to I'll get my heart broken. And it's like, well, okay, yeah, just rinse, repeat, old man from first one, and move on. Like just really nothing to her. And why was he so afraid of her too? It's like, cool, she's got birds around her, man. That's awesome. He's like, oh my god, that's scary. Like, it's so dumb. But she was played very, very well.
Trip, thank you for the $5 super chat. Where were you last Wednesday? Also, bummed you have to miss the Stranger Things season 5 premiere.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that show should have ended a few seasons ago, so I'm not like, ooh, I didn't even know it was coming out. But well, I knew it was coming out, just not today. No, my voice was giving away because I also had a convention that week, and I had to do a review too. And man, it was a struggle shooting the review last week because like my voice was really going in and out. If I want the right reflections, it has to go a little higher sometimes.
I
It
was
just was not
frozen
hitting
today.
it. So I don't think people can tell. I edited it in a way where I don't think you'd be able to tell, but man, it was tricky.
Callum, thank you for the 10-pound super chat. Favorite Family Guy or South Park character?
South Park, probably Butters. Next to that, Cartman just because he's so awful. Family Guy. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going through all the characters here. Maybe Lois. The more I think about it, I was gonna say Brian, but Lois always has like something interesting going on. It's usually funny, but it's interesting too. Um, where I feel like if you asked me early on, it would have maybe said Stewie, but I feel like they kind of went overboard with him, like his shtick got old. But Lois, like I said, is one of those where it's like, yeah, if it's a Lois episode, there's always an idea of, oh, I wonder what I'm gonna like find out about her in this episode. You know what I mean? Like Brian's kind of similar too.
Matt, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, next week is December, and you know what that. Okay, after years of trying, can you please shout Christmas? For goodness sake.
Christmas! I can't do it that much because again, it does hurt the voice a little bit.
Cut, print, edit it. He finally said it, folks. Now let's cut that thinking turkey. Mindless, thank you for the 50 MAD through Super Chat. Do you think that the recent Walmart commercial says a lot about the way the new generation is shown?
I don't know because, well, okay, shown maybe, but it got so many downvotes and so many people making fun of it that I think that kind of says that, well, yeah, they can try and show it this way, but they're not representing it well, and B, people aren't falling for it. So I'd say that's probably an attempt for how they're trying to be shown, and people trying to understand, as the commercial was trying to do, like, oh, we understand this language, we understand this crowd. No, you don't.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits and Has Been Hotel. What do you think of the new character Baxter?
Oh, I liked him. He kind of seemed like a replacement for the snake character. Let me make sure I'm thinking of the right one here. Hold on. Baxter.
I'm pretty sure you are.
Yeah,
New
the inventor guy.
pensions.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, he seems like a replacement for that character, but he seems fine. I like. There's a sense that even he's almost trying to figure out his identity in the show, and honestly, that's kind of fun because it's it'll be interesting to see what they do with that.
What up, JD? Thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen the new Michael Jackson biopic trailer? I'm calling it now. It's gonna outgross Bohemian Rhapsody and Oppenheimer.
He'll probably outdo Bohemian Rhapsody. We'll see about Oppenheimer. Yeah, well, it depends on how long it is because Oppenheimer, might have made more if it wasn't such a long movie and they could fit even more screenings. But is it a part one or are they doing his whole life in one movie? That'll be interesting to see too. I mean, it looked good. There's always an element that there's some scenes where, of course, I'm gonna go, now how are they gonna do that? And because it's somebody that's related to him, you kind of know some avenues they're not gonna go down, but that doesn't mean it can't still be done well and genuine and authentic and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I was interested. My mind wasn't blown like a lot of people were, but it looked good.
Peter Parker, thank you for the $5 super chat. Happy Thanksgiving! Since you got to meet Billy Zane, what's your favorite role of his? Top 3 if you can.
Definitely Demon Knight. Loved him in that. Just for kind of the fun of it, Titanic. I mean, he is giving exactly what the director wants, and he is giving it fantastic. And I do actually have to see Waltzing with Brando because I just knew he would play it great. And I was talking to him about it. And I told him I hadn't seen it yet, but hearing him talk about it made me want to see it even more. Yeah, let me look up some other because he's played so many roles. He's one of those guys that's just been around for like eons and everything. I just feel like there's an obvious one I'm missing. I mean, Back to the Future too. Obviously, is highlight. Oh man, these go back so far. Maybe we can go to the next question while I look for
Yeah.
the next one here.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Do you have a favorite Michael J. Fox film in general besides Back to the Future?
Oh, Dead Calm. That's the other. He was very good in that. Yeah, so I'll say that for Billy Zane. That's another one I'll have to look up because again, he should have done Michael J. Fox. Movies. Uh, hmm. I know there's gotta be something that I was just like, oh man, he was really good in that. But like the movie's really good too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, a lot of these movies are kind of just meh. Actually, I mean, it's silly, but I did like him in Teen Wolf quite a bit. Um, yeah, no, a lot of the stuff I like the most, obviously Back to the Future, but a lot of it's TV. I did like him in Family Ties quite a bit. I really liked him in Spin City. Um, I mean, he was good in Atlantis, but I don't know if that's like an amazing performance or anything. So yeah, I guess I'll go with those.
Peter, thank you for the $5 super chat. What's your favorite comedy scream? Wilhelm, Goofy, or Tomcat?
Tom, uh, Tom, because there's such a great variety of them, and every single time, pretty much any of them they use is going to get a laugh out of me. Where there's the Goofy holler is great, but there are times they use it, the uh, where it's just kind of weak, or they used it because it's Goofy. You have to use it. Where with Tom, it's always used at the right moment. It's always hilarious.
Sean49 Doctor, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Doug, liked the commercial special. If you want to make the commercial and Doctor Who fans happy, in the early 80s, Tom Baker and Lala Ward did a series of ads for the Prime computer. It's terribly interactive.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know much about Doctor Who. I know very, very little. So I don't know how many of those jokes I would make. Rob knows a little bit though, so maybe we can make a few about it.
Cosmic Jimmy, thank you for gifting that membership over on YouTube. Really appreciate
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you. Brett, thank you for the $5 super chat. Sorry, Lionel Coin Bank. Also, Tamara looked so sad in Christmas Story 2 review.
Well, that's because she's a good actress.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. Director Joe Johnston claimed the Pagemaster was re-edited without his consent, and he crossed it off of his resume.
That's nice to hear, because when I said that wasn't a good movie, people are like, what? How? How could you? I'm like, Pagemaster? This is the hill you're going to die on? And when the director is like, no, they took it from me. They edited out a whole bunch of good stuff. Yeah, I don't even put on my resume. That should tell you something. So, I mean, if you liked it and it did get you into these books, fantastic. It's not like it's the worst thing ever. There's some good animation and everything, but no, I'm always surprised how many people are like, not just for nostalgia, like, this is good. Like, really? I'm fascinated by that.
Hippozilla, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey, Doug, the IRS is behind you.
Hey. Well, the carnage over there, I believe it.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. Director Ryan Coogler said the Disney Channel original movie, The Luck of the Irish, inspired his horror hit Sinners.
How?
Right? Huh?
Okay. Maybe the little Irish jig in the middle. I actually do like that movie. That was one of the few Disney Channel movies where I'm like, this is pretty fun actually. But I would not have put that together.
Yeah. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits and Has Been Hotel Season 2. What do you think of everything having to do with Angel?
I was blown away by that song number. Was it Losing Streak?
Oh, yeah.
I was really blown away by that. I really thought it was a different voice, and then as I kept listening, I'm like, is this him? Oh my god, I was really, really impressed by that. No, I thought they handled him pretty well, and I like it's, without going too much into spoilers, open ended. What they're gonna do with him next. I'm a red boys, but yeah, no, I like the way that all panned out. I like, because that is the character that you feel like, even though you like him a lot, there shouldn't necessarily be just a clear happy ending with him or a clear resolution, like not just his past but what happened this season. You would see why, oh, this has to cross over into the next season in terms of how he's going to come to grips with a lot of things.
AOTV, thank you for the $5 super chat. Descendants 4 has 11 Children's and Family Emmy nominations, including Outstanding Fiction Special. What do you think?
Weird. Well, hold on. Let me see if that is that the Alice in Wonderland one. Hold on. Descendants 4. Let me see if that's one. It
Descendants
is.
4.
There, if they kept going the route they were promising in that first like 30 minutes, I think I would have liked it. I mean, it would have been ridiculous and corny and campy like they all are, but like I was really digging it. And then when they do the stupid time travel thing, I'm like, oh come on. You had such a cool, you had these amazing sets and this amazing setup, and oh, we got to talk to our parents when they were kids, and oh, they're just like us. Like, oh, shut up.
Shouting Joker, thank you for the 500 bits. I had a dream one night that you did a rewatch of Fantastic Four 2025 and said that it was on par, if not worse, than 2015 one. If you've recently done a rewatch for Disney December, do you think this is the case in real life?
No, no, no. It's still the best that we've gotten. The one thing I opened up to a little bit is how much it did capture dread. There's a real sense of dread in that movie, which is impressive for something where people can stretch and there's much, rock creatures and stuff like that. But it's still pretty. I still couldn't get into them that much enough for me to really, really care by the end. And I do think a lot of that is they should have shown the origin, even though it's been done to death. It hasn't been done well yet. And that's something we needed to see. And I think they kind of missed an opportunity for that. In my opinion, it kind of hurt the film. But a lot of people disagree and didn't go back and see it a second time. So take that for what's worth.
AOTV, thank you for the $10 super chat. James Cameron said Spielberg was the right guy to make Jurassic Park and not him because he would have made it too terrifying and R-rated. Aliens with dinosaurs, he said.
I would have been curious if he would have. I mean, I believe that, but if he would have kept the characters more like the book, because the characters in the book are very traditional Michael Crichton character. They're not very nice. And sometimes Cameron does. Actually, a lot of times he does it, but he can have characters with a lot of heart too. So I'm curious what angle he would have gone with that.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Which one do you like better, Robin Williams from Jumanji or the astronaut from Zathura? No, I will let you catch up.
I guess I remember Williams more from Jumanji, so I'll say that. But I don't remember disliking the astronaut in Zathura. So close call, but I guess I'll say Robin Williams.
Mega Guy, thank you for the $14 super chat. People say they just want a story where dinosaurs are living their best life in nature. Well, the animation team behind the Lion King remake just did that with Apple TV's Prehistoric Planet. It is beautiful.
Sounds cool. Maybe I'll check it out at some point.
Hippozilla, thank you for the 500 bits. Congrats on being 18 seasons strong. You're like one of the few early YouTube veterans that is still around and doing well. By the way, I saw an early tweet where you said you had Asperger's, but I'm unsure if you are being funny or for real.
That ain't real. I don't have a Twitter.
Yeah.
but yeah, I guess that just. Sorry, did they just say I have Asperger's and nothing else? Is that what it said?
Right. I love the no context of that tweet. Like, is that just literally
boom?
Yeah, no, Doug doesn't have a Twitter.
No.
That isn't just the official Channel Awesome one.
No. But thank you for the kind words before. And I still can't believe I get to do this for a living all these years later. And I really do mean it when the biggest thank you to all you watching, all of you that still allow me to do this for a living. I really would not be able to. I am just living an absolute dream, and I have all of you to thank for that. So just thank you. Around Thanksgiving, I am very, very thankful for all of you.
Frank, thank you for the $5 super chat. What do you think of the recent Stephen King movie, The Long Walk?
I loved it. I did a review with I think I did one on my own too, actually. I think I called it The Real Walk Hard. But I thought it was one of his best. I think it's one of those movies that has a lot of the King tropes, but it's one of the few films that really knows how to transcribe that to a film and get across why his world does work in literary form, but can work in film as well. It's very, very tricky to do, but I thought this movie really, really captured that and just did a phenomenal job with it. And just great acting as well. The story is great, the pacing is great, pun intended. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it.
Extreme, thank you for the 10-pound super chat. Hey, Doug, I got an obscure movie suggestion for you. Boo, Zeno, and the Snurks. It's a real classic early 2000s CGI kids movie, with it only releasing in Europe and only making $2 million at the box office.
For some reason, I thought you were gonna say it only made $2. Um, it sounds bad. I'll try to check it out.
Kermit, thank you for the 500 bits. Another great commercial special in the books. Gotta say, Jim was born to play the Allstate Mayhem guy.
I I just sort of put him in because I couldn't think of anyone else. And then when he showed up in the suit and squinting the eyes and everything, I'm like, oh yeah, no, this does make sense. I think Heather was born to play Flo. I
Flo?
couldn't believe how much she just every time I turn, I just feel like this Flo.
Kino, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you managed to see Zootopia 2 yet? And if so, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I liked it. I like the first one better, but it's still a good story, and the characters were interesting. Not everything works in it, but I think that's kind of to be expected. So yeah, I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Django, what do you think is Christoph Waltz's best moment?
It's funny. It's a moment I could almost say is his worst moment too. It's hard to go into his last moment. I'll say that
Hmm.
without going to spoilers. But because it was so unexpected and it's so not what I would expect that character to do. But that's also what makes it interesting. Like, oh, like there was something kind of going on with this character the whole time, and maybe hidden within this character that would result in this reaction, in this choice. Uh, so when I first saw it, I think I kind of disliked it a little bit. But then when I thought more about it, I'm like, well, maybe if I watch it knowing it's going to lead to this point, it makes it a little bit more interesting. So yeah, I think I will say that. I like moments where at first I don't like it, and then when I watch it again, I'm like, oh, now I see what it's doing. So yeah, I think I dig that moment.
Dan, thank you for the $5 super chat. I'm surprised you didn't mention in your Charlie and the Chocolate Factory review that they cut the outburst. Then again, Depp would have done it badly.
I mean, yeah, there's so many other things to talk about there. So yeah, it just compared to everything else, it didn't seem like that big a deal. I don't even know where it would fit in there because you have to do a whole thing with like reconnecting with his father and everything.
Shouting Joker, thank you for the 500 bits. Out of these two Disney songwriters, who do you think made the better music? Randy Newman or Phil Collins?
Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, okay, so in Disney movies or just in general are they talking
They just
about?
said, of these two Disney songwriters, who do you think made better music?
All right, so I'll just go on in general. Phil Collins. I think I actually do like his music outside of when it's being written for a musical. And even that, I actually liked about half the songs in Brother Bear. I thought were pretty cool. But yeah, I think I like more of his stuff than Randy Newman's.
Colmity, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey Doug, been watching since I was a kid. I was rewatching your Captain America review recently, and I was wondering if you've seen the new Captain America 1990 director's cut that came out this year.
No. All right, I'm curious about that. Yeah, I might check that out.
Anthony, thank you for the $5 super chat. Which movie that you've reviewed in the past have you since changed your opinion about the most? Like went from love to hate or vice versa?
Uh, one of the biggest ones was one that I I didn't even review because I got so many people saying don't do it, which they were probably right about. Which was originally I didn't like Matilda, but I think I was just always in the wrong mindset. And when I went back and watched it years later and just thought about the road doll style and how dark it is and twisted and weird and everything, and I thought about if I was a little kid watching this movie, what would I think of it? And I watched it. I'm like, it was just like it hit me. I'm like, oh crap, this is really good. This is really, really good. So I think when I did was a career dive on Danny DeVito, I talked about there, and I was just like, yo, we're right. I was wrong. Let's never talk about this again.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. You got Mandible's death incorrect at the end of Ants. He didn't fall in the water. He fell on and got crushed on the root above the water.
Yes, see my Tremors review. There's a special message in there for you. No, it's one of those things. I think even saw that in there, and I was just like, just to make the writing move a little faster, I'm just gonna say he drowned, whatever, and I kept going. For some reason, people were really like, he fell on a root. I'm like, okay.
Anthony, thank you for the $5 super chat. Would you rather watch the Star Wars prequel trilogy or sequel trilogy?
Uh, what I would love to watch Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and then Revenge of the Sith. That would be an interesting combo. Like,
There
okay,
you go.
so I got like the good ones from each of them there. Yeah, because Revenge of the Sith is not that bad. It's still technically not good, but it's like it's got some really cool moments and cool things in it. So I gladly watch that over Rise of Skywalker.
Alex loves musicals. Thank you for the 500 bits. This is part 1 of 2. What did you guys think of the new Wicked movie? I loved it. It's a little uneven, but so was Act 2 of the show. The movie improved some things. The first movie was better, but I preferred this one because the more emotional story moments. To be continued.
Oh, well, I'll wait till I hear the rest.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. What do you think of Willem Dafoe's performance in The Florida Project? I like how he didn't need any big Oscar-y moments to still be interesting. It truly felt like watching a real guy live his life.
Yeah, I thought it was great. That's a very good movie. It was not at all what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be like a slightly more dramatic, like Sandlot, like just watching these kids and their crazy little life and then some dramatic moments. And that's not what it is. I think I mentioned this before, but we saw it. We had a little time in between seeing families and like we could watch a movie. And again, I thought this would be an upbeat, little drama, but whatever movie. And we put it on and just the whole rest of the day, we were just in a funk, just, huh. And just when we were driving back, I finally just said, I'm still thinking of that movie. Are you? And she's like, yeah. We just couldn't get it out of our heads. So it is very good, but it is very unpleasant.
Danny, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hello, Doug and Heather. What are both of your favorite Muppet movies? That's a great question.
The Great Muppet Caper. I love that one. It's the one I watch the most. I love that film noir style. I love it's the one that's the most about the jokes. The jokes make me laugh the most. Yeah, that one.
Probably watch Muppet Christmas Carol the most. I feel like I haven't watched some of those other Muppet movies in so long. I'd have to watch them again through the lens of like being an adult. You know what I mean? And not a child.
Well, that's what's fun about some of them. Like the first two, especially, is that you can enjoy them as a child, and then as an adult, it's like, okay, that part's for kids. That part's for me. That part's for adults and everything. I can appreciate the really good writing in that. It's a good mix.
Right, because I feel like as a kid, I didn't really like Great Muppet Caper that much, but like I feel like as an adult, I need to sit down and watch it again, and I'd be like, "Oh my god, this is great!" You know?
The bit with the twin Fozzie and Kermit being twin brothers, and they keep confusing me. It's like, and then no, at first it's you two don't look anything alike. Well, Fozzie's not wearing his hat, but he had a. Oh yeah, see? It's like, oh okay, I see it now. Yeah, and they keeps confusing them, and then you see the father who is a perfect mix of Fozzie and Kermit. It's a green bear. It's the funniest thing in you gotta see it again. It's so good.
Alex loves musicals. Thank you for the 500 bits. This is part 2 of 2. I think your issue with Cynthia's acting could be due to John Chu's direction. Acting-wise, she was incredible in The Color Purple on stage. She played multiple characters in an episode of Poker Face, and she really was good in The Outsider on HBO Max.
Could be. But most of your actors are good. My guess is that maybe, I mean, I wouldn't think so because she has to act on stage and sing on stage, but maybe combining acting, like movie acting, with Broadway singing, it might have thrown her off a bit. But there are a lot of times where she looked very blank faced. I don't know. I liked her more in this one than I did in the last one. But there were moments where that were still a little odd. But no, I liked it. The first one is better, but I feel like there's more scenes in this one I would go back to watch, not just for the musical numbers, but for the legit, dramatic moments. So yeah, take that for what it's worth.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits, and hell of a boss. What do you think of Stolas's wife, Stella? Do you think she's a good villain?
Yeah, she's a good villain. I don't get into those characters. The one that has the leverage over somebody and just keeps abusing it. Again, I just find it boring and frustrating. Even though it's like, well, that's what makes her evil. Sure, I just don't find it that interesting. But she still played well and does that type of role fine. It's just not an archetype I really get that into.
F Major, thank you for the $10 super chat. If you do another international commercial special, I'd like to see a commercial from Latin America. Do be warned, though, some commercials are very Cocoa Pebble in style, if you know what I mean.
I don't. Do you follow that, Heather, or no?
I don't.
Okay. God, I want to be sure I wasn't the only
I
one.
just assume that often things I don't understand that
It's
you
just a
do.
Nostalgia Critic reference or something. Yeah, I really don't know. I'll try to look some up though. Well, we always do. We put a thing out that says, "Hey, recommend commercials." And when did we do? Was it August that we did the international commercials? So yeah, just keep an eye out around that time. Maybe it was April. I can't remember, but keep an eye out for that time, and we'll have another thing where it's like recommend your commercials.
Epic Kevster, thank you for the $5 super chat. Do you purposely do commercials in November so everyone fails no Nostalgia Critic in November?
I do now. No, that's just I forget when we started. I think when we came back when we did the fourth one, it was in November. Uh and it just kind of became, the time to do it. And people usually watch around the time, the ads go up around, November, December. So we're like, okay, it kind of makes sense to do this. But I also just like whenever I'm done filming a Nostalgia Critic commercial special, I love going outside. It's a little cold. It's just the like winter's coming. I just always sort of associate it with the holidays coming, and holidays. You always think of commercials, consumerism, all that stuff. So yeah, it all kind of ties together.
Alex loves musicals. Thank you for the 500 bits. What do you think of the new Hunger Games trailer? The book is pretty epic. I'm excited to see how they'll adapt it, and I wish you both a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much. And I haven't seen uh, Hunger Games trailer. I didn't even see the last movie. The one thing I did make me want to maybe check the trailer out was the Glenn Close is in. She plays one of the dolled up, crazy looking, people with the big wigs, and I was like, all right, that kind of looks like fun because I remember when she played Cruella and she was just such a ball in that.
The guy is here. Thank you for the $14 super chat. I recently met Rob at a bar and we were drinking a little bit. He revealed that he worships Scrappy Doo and has a shrine to him, and he's planning revenge on you for making fun of him. Just a warning.
Yeah, it's a shame. I know it. He tries to keep it a secret, but you get a few drinks in him, and it just, comes out and everything. And I'm sorry I had to find out that way, but we all know it's pretty obvious. And you know, Scrappy Doo still sucks, and this is probably my last stream because of that. So yeah, it was nice knowing y'all. This was a weird direction this went.
Yeah. You took it and ran.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll keep going until I hit something. Just gotta hit something. It's like, nope, I don't know where this is going. This is a weird starting point.
Crass, thank you for the $10 super chat. The writers on The Caveman Show included a writer from BoJack Horseman and Modern Family, a one-time Simpsons writer, and oh my god, a Doug writer who also wrote on Malcolm in the Middle. Huh.
I did see that. I was wondering, like, well, do I bring that up? I was already talking about the Geico Caveman so much, I decided not to. But I did find that interesting.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thoughts on the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving and Garfield's Thanksgiving?
uh it's funny. I saw both. I don't remember them that great. I saw them later. I didn't grow up with them, which is fine. I grew up with a lot of their specials, but I missed the Thanksgiving ones. And I remember seeing them and thinking they were fine. I guess I just never saw them as like, these classic, iconic specials. But then again, there's not that many specials we have to watch around this time. We got Planes, Trains, Automobiles, like maybe Family Stone, something like that. But yeah, there's not a whole bunch out there.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. Do you
Oh,
think
Thanksgiving, the Eli Roth movie. We have that. That was great. I want to push that one because that was a really, really fun movie.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. Do you think you might review the Kevin James film Zookeeper at some point? I can guarantee it'll give you lots of material to work with. It has the most shameless TGI Fridays plug since Click.
I guess I could. I've never seen it. I don't do that many Kevin James movies, but I know they do have like kind of a following for people that kind of love hate them. So maybe it makes sense to do.
Kermit Wazowski, thank you for the 500 bits. Last time I saw you, we talked a little bit about Always Sunny while it was about halfway through the newest season. What did you think of the rest of it? That's the first season I can remember actually ending on a cliffhanger.
Uh, I guess it's kind of a cliffhanger. I thought it was more of a sort of a loving homage to, to somebody that passed away. That when they did the little thing at the end, I didn't know that actress was Miss Yvonne. I was watching the show the whole time. I'm like, that's Miss Yvonne from Pee Wee. I never put that because I remember her being so tall in that show. It's probably the giant hair that she had. I didn't even know she passed away. So no, or maybe I did know that. I can't remember, but I thought that was very touching what they did there. And because at first I'm like, oh, they're going for the happy, and that doesn't seem like them. And then when you see what they were doing with it, it's like, oh, that's actually really, really sweet.
The guy is here. Thank you for the $2.80 super chat. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In the Lord of the Rings trilogy, what's your favorite Sam and Frodo moment?
Um, let me see. I I don't know if this is my favorite moment. No, actually, I was gonna say I like the line where he says, "What are you, his bodyguard?" He goes, "His gardener." I love the way he said that. That was great. But probably the scene where Frodo holds the sword to him at the end of Two Towers, because I knew the movie was like I was already super invested, but I was really, really working well. I was like, oh my god, when I saw that, I'm like, Frodo did that to Sam, and I'm like, man, I just would not have had that reaction at the end of Fellowship if he did that. I don't think I would have cared that much. But at the end of this one, I was like, whoa. And how he had to talk him down and everything. Yeah, all that was a really, really good scene.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat, would still definitely want an NC for the 1997 Leave It to Beaver movie. You ever see either or the show all these years? Movie introduced me to show.
I saw a little bit of the original. I'm definitely not someone that knows the lines or the tropes or anything like that. I did see Disney. My introduction was Disney had a remake of the show in the '80s, so that was my
Mm.
introduction to it, which I barely remember. I just remember that was my introduction. So whenever I would hear people quote "Leave the Beaver," I always thought, "Wow, a lot of people really remember that '80s show on Disney Channel. It really had a big impact, not knowing it was like this huge cultural icon, for so many years."
A lover of cinema, thank you for the 500 bits. This is part 1 of 3. Doug, I just want to tell you right now before December starts that I highly recommend checking out Violent Night. I know you've been putting it off due to being tired of tough Santa movies, but
Mhm.
trust me when I say that it's worth a watch. To
I
be
have heard
continued.
people recommend it before.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Doug, there is this 90s anime called Sekigake Otojuku. I think you'll love Edajima Heihachi. I think is how you say it, sorry.
I'll try to check it out. It'll it's it's unlikely I'll check it out because I already have so many other animes I want to watch and so many other shows. I'll do my best. I'll try to keep on my radar, but it's probably gonna be a hot minute.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. In Lord of the Rings, what do you think of Gandalf?
Oh, I mean, are we going by the movies? I'm assuming we're going by the movies. I thought it was represented pretty well. That he's this wise wizard, but he's also kind of a, just an old man, too, somebody that could forget things and sort of get lost in his own head sometimes. But when he needs to kick ass, he can kick ass. So yeah, no, I thought he was represented pretty well.
A lover of cinema, thank you for the 500 bits. This is part 2 of 3. David Harbour is great as Santa. The action is fun and creative, and it manages to have both a fun mean-spiritedness that seems right up your alley and a nice heart to it without feeling weird or jarring.
Yeah, no, I've heard good things.
Epic Kevster, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you played any of the Mega Man games besides the NES one like X or Battle Network?
No, they re not they didn't redo one, but they made another version like the 8-bit game years later. I did play that, and that was pretty fun. But no, honestly, I didn't get that far. I think I got up to 3, and I really played 3 a lot. I liked it. That was probably my favorite out of all of them. But yeah, I didn't play that many outside of that. I didn't even play the one on Super Nintendo.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. An Enemy of the State. What do you think of John Voight? Do you think he's a good villain?
It's been a long time since I've seen it, but I'm assuming he was good in it. Just the guy shouting at the people to bug this, bug that, track him here, all that stuff. The guy behind the desk and everything. If I'm remembering it right. Yeah, remember him being good.
A lover of cinema, thank you for the 500 bits. This is part 3 of 3. Again, I understand well enough why you've been putting it off, but I seriously think you should give it a shot. If you're looking for any Christmas movies to check out for the first time this year, write it down on a list and give it a watch when you can.
I probably will, because I am finally at that point where I used to have to watch a ton of Christmas movies and Christmas specials every year, and now it is kind of getting to a point where I'm like, I could say this in my sleep. Do I really have to watch it this year? So I am looking for some new ones. So yeah, I might watch it this year.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, since you reviewed Back to the Future trilogy, did you give the first film a rewatch for its 40th anniversary?
I forget when I reviewed those movies. I don't know if that was on the 40th anniversary or not, but yeah, I watched them again, and it's an interesting film watching that as a kid, but not like I was introduced to it when Back to the Future 2 was being advertised. So then I have to go back and watch, the first one. And I remember liking it, but this idea of like, this is a great film, a classic film, I wasn't really following. And then as I got older and I took it for granted, I sort of saw how unique this really was. And of course, there's stuff that as you get older, you see much more how ewy some of it is. And that's part of the joke too. So, yeah, no, I definitely enjoyed it quite a bit.
Omnicidal Clown, thank you for the $10 super chat. Next time you do your commercial reviews, is it possible to check out the Old Spice body wash commercials featuring Terry Crews? They are some of the trippiest commercials I've ever seen.
Yeah, those are pretty fun. I also like the other guy, that I'm on a horse, guy. That was pretty great. But it is one of those where it's like, man, what else do I add to it aside from just it's funny? It's funny, you know what I mean? I'd have to find something else that I could bring to it that could be interesting because there's not a whole much right now. There's not a whole bunch I can think to say except it's really hilarious.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And Has Been Hotel, I know you really like Vox, so between the other two V's, which one do you like more and think is a more enjoyable villain? Velvet or Valentino?
I think Velvet's the lady, and I
Hmm.
like her. And she just has, I don't know, the line that just made me laugh the hardest. Such a simple line where, she's just there, doing the interview, and Charlie finally says, I know I said I brought you here for this reason, but actually, that was a lie. And she just goes, oh, liar! I don't know why that just made me laugh so hard. It's like, that's what she said, that just liar. That really got me. And she is an interesting character outside of that, too.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. Haven't seen Weapons yet, though I read about it despite that, and I hear about plans to do a prequel about Gladys too. Ideas who should play her?
I don't know. It depends what they want to do, how they want to do it, and everything. Yeah, I have no idea.
Inkspot, thank you for the 500 bits. I recently saw your commercial special and really liked it, but was wondering why you didn't use a MJN joke for the Geico caveman running joke in it.
um, well, I'm gonna sound like a dummy. I gotta look up what MJN is.
I have no
Uh,
idea what
Mia
the
Johnson nutrition. I don't know what
MJN
MJN
joke.
is. Yeah, nothing's popping up here. Sorry. So that's why, because I want to know what it is.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you seen Tenet? It is by far the only Nolan movie I'm not a fan of.
No, and that's what I heard. I heard it just has a lot of Nolan isms in it that would probably drive me nuts. Overall, I do like Christopher Nolan. I appreciate a lot of the great stuff that he's done, but man, he does get lost in his own tropes, and his own style and speeches and over explaining and clinical way of doing a lot of stuff. But sometimes that can really serve them well. Like I said, Oppenheimer's brilliant. And Dark Knight is really great because it can stick to that, but then also break it at just the right moment. So yeah, I heard the same thing. I'm not looking to see it. Maybe one day I will, but not anytime soon.
The Real Official Cafe, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey Doug, tonight's episode is your 870th. Seeing that you're very close
Oh.
to 1,000 episodes and you're almost at 20 years of the show, do you plan to continue the show past that point?
I'll probably keep doing it, but I don't. Something will probably have to change up. Like maybe you know go to every other week or something like that. Like
Mhm.
I want to hit 20 because that feels good. It feels good to get to a nice round big number like that. But after that, we'll have to see how I'm doing. Because on the one hand, like the fatigue is doing a lot better. The past month and a half actually it's been. I still have it, but it's been really great. But at the same time, it's like I am also getting older, and I have had to cut stuff back because of it. I was like, man, it is nice having a little bit more time just to sort of breathe a little bit. So, yeah, it's something will probably change up, but I'll keep doing it for a little bit longer.
Dan, thank you for the $10 super chat. Here's an easy fix for Karate Kid 3. Get rid of Mike Barnes and bring back Chosen from movie 2. That way, we get two hammy senseis and a guy who wants to off Daniel working together to get revenge on him.
Yeah, but then we miss, the corniness that we got. No, if you want like a legit good movie, maybe that's kind of a start of an idea in there, but but it's pretty bonkers in many other respects. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that would make it less interesting because it wouldn't be as crazy, or if it would make it an actual legit good movie. You know what I mean? So, maybe there's something there.
The guy is here. Thank you for the $7 super chat. Have you heard of Junji Ito? He's a horror manga artist.
Yeah, there's a show they made around his style, I think, a while ago. That I guess a lot of people hate it. I didn't hate it. I thought I had some good stuff in it. I've read some of the mangas before, and I don't remember the stories too great. I just kind of remember the style and the dread and sort of just the initial ideas of them. And that's I think for sort of these short horror stories, that's kind of what you know you're aiming for anyway. So no, I remember liking a fair amount. The little bit that I've seen, I remember liking.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Zootopia and Zootopia 2, what do you think of Judy?
Oh, she's a good main character. Yeah, again, I think the commentary in the first one with the idea of like predator and prey was definitely the strongest, compared to the second one. And I think that's a perfect character to have at the center of that. Of course, the fox, uh, not only being the predator, but also roughly the same size, where a lot of the other animals are a lot bigger. Again, sort of shows, they've got babes in the woods, but not literal babes because they're not pigs, but they could be in the story. But yeah, no, I thought she had like a lot of good energy, optimism, and when it gets crushed, you feel bad, but when she gets back in the saddle, you want to cheer on. So yeah, no, it works really well.
Future movie actor, thank you for the $5 super chat. Fan Force Tick and The First 50 Shades were both tied for Worst Picture that year. The other nominees were Jupiter Ascending, Paul Blart, Mall Cop 2, and Pixels.
Uh, yeah, they probably picked the right movies there. Those are both pretty bad.
Anna Faye, thank you for the £10 super chat. Have you ever seen the 90s animated movie called Freddy as FR07, also known as Freddy the Frog,
I,
which looks
I
like a
know what you're
lost Don
talking about.
Bluth movie, but with questionable imagery in the uncut British version?
I have to see it. It's one of those that's been recommended for a long time, and I'll probably do it for Disney December because I think it's like I don't know Miramax or something like that released or distributed it. So at some point I'll see it because I mean, for like day one, I've gotten recommendations for it, so I should probably check it out.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. I'm going to try my best with this, but towards the end, I'm not sure what you're trying to say here. Did anyone hear that Disney apparently is doing a 4K restoration of the original Star Wars cuts, and that Peter Harmey halts the despicalized versions? DESPCLIZED? I don't know what that
Yeah.
is.
Depixelate? I don't know. I haven't heard that, but obviously any cleaned up version of the original, like actually the original Star Wars, I'm gonna totally be on board for.
Matthew, thank you for the $7 super chat. Hey Doug, as there is an interest in Oz now due to Wicked, do you think they should adapt the rest of the L. Frank Baum novels for TV or film?
I could see some miniseries out of that. There's some. I'd love to see how they do the second book. The ending of that, I just love to see people's reactions nowadays. But no, they are very interesting. They're very, very different, and I think there is a lot of stuff you could do with it. But it has to be a series. Yeah, you could probably do like I don't know, like a 3 or 4 season show out of it. I think you could turn up something pretty good. But you would have to just abandon the visuals of the famous film. Unlike what Wicked is doing, which that's fine. Wicked can do that and get away with it, but you really need to have a different visual style to it. A lot like what oh, now I'm forgetting his name. Oh, he's such a great artist. I'm gonna look him up real quick. Hold on. Wizard of Oz graphic novel, because this is amazing and everyone should know about it. Come where's the guy? Scotty Young, that's it. He did a wonderful version of the stories, and they're just drawn spectacularly. And definitely check that out. If you don't want to read the book, which I've tried to read a little bit of the books, and they are good, but the style is just so of its time. It is hard for me to kind of follow it. So the graphic novel, which does take line for many of the lines from the book, and you can tell it's written very different. But yeah, that's something where if you want to know the stories and how bonkers they are, but has a totally different visual style as well, that's a good one to check out.
Blonde Adult, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Doug, would you ever review the Lethal Weapons movie in the first scene where they introduce the bad guys like Gary Busey, where they bring in the drug dealer? You could say, and the drug dealer has the same reaction everyone who's ever worked with Gary Busey has. Where did you find this, guys? Psychos are us?
That's not bad. Yeah, I like those movies. If it was something where people like demanded it, I wouldn't mind doing it. But I don't have like a diehard passion to talk about them, so probably not. But I remember liking them. Okay, the first one's the strongest, and they kind of get lesser and lesser as it goes. But I still like them.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Are you two going to see the 4.5 hour re edit of the Kill Bill movies entitled The Whole Bloody Affair in December?
Probably not. I'll if it ever comes to streaming or Blu-ray, I'll see it then. Well, especially because I'm one of the few that actually did see James's cut that he did of Kill Bill years ago. He talks about how he could combine it into one movie. I bet he'd be interested in seeing that because this was basically his what he was talking about to combine it into one film. And it was interesting. The way he edited it was much more like a martial arts movie. And there's a thing he does at the end. I mean, he does say what he does, how he does the edit, and the way he does the ending is one of those where it's like, how did Tarantino not think of this? Like that was just right there. So I will check it out, but I'll probably stream it or just check it out on Blu-ray.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And Django, what do you think of the opening where Django meets Schultz? Talk about starting on a high note.
Yeah, no, well, and that goofy was it that beer little springy thing that goes back and forth was just such a funny way to introduce such a cartoony goofy idea in this really like heavy disturbing imagery and everything. So yeah, no, I thought that was a good way to start.
Methuselah, thank you for the $5 super chat. Have you watched Chuck? Cool thing about that show is that it was almost canceled every season, but its small fan base just barely kept it alive for 5 years.
I believe that. I've seen a little bit. It's good. It's never a show I really got that into, so hearing that doesn't surprise me that they're always like, all right, we should stop. We're going to cancel. And then there's just enough people that like it just enough, to keep it going. Like that checks out. But again, it's not a bad show from what I've seen. It's just something that didn't pull me in. I didn't have to know what was going to happen the next episode.
Frank, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thoughts on Thunderbolts?
I watched it again. I still have the same issue I did before. I think they introduce not introduce a villain, but the idea of the villain, that this is going to be the villain and why he's the villain, way too late. If they snuck in some stuff earlier, like, no, this is something that we're building to, I think I would have gone into it more. But because they play him more as a joke early on, which is fine, but then you find out he's going to be the baddie. I didn't think it works. I think they were trying to do what Spider Verse did with the Spot, and I think that worked a lot better. I thought they utilized that much better. But for me, that kind of didn't quite come together for me. But I know a lot of people that like it, and it's like, I get it. It's not like an awful movie or anything. If somebody enjoys it, I'm like, fair enough. But that's kind of the element that threw me off a bit.
Blonde Adult, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, do you think this is a good plot for a Superman movie? Clark's dad gets cancer, and Lex Luthor is like, I have this expensive miracle drug that can expand his life. Yes, Clark, I know you're Superman. I'm not an idiot. If you don't tell them about my crimes, I won't tell them your secret. Let me do my crimes, and I'll treat him. And that's a huge conflict.
Uh, I want to know where it's going to go. So I guess that's something. It sounds a little bit more something that would be in the comics, but I guess that's what the movies are doing now. They pretty much just want to take the comics, the insanity of it all, and put it on the big screen. So honestly, I could see going for something like that.
Ye old sea witch, thank you for the $5 super chat. Trivia question, Doug. What's the most commonly seen vehicle model across all forms of movies and TV?
Uh, a bike. I don't know.
Do you want to know the answer? They've
Yeah,
given me
dude.
the answer.
Yeah.
The answer is the Ford Crown Victoria.
Okay. My folks actually used to have one of those. That's kind of funny.
Matthew, thank you for the $7 super chat. Doug, how do you feel about the HBO Harry Potter reboot?
I don't have any strong thoughts. The only thing I thought sounded interesting, where I went, okay, maybe it doesn't sound like a bad idea or anything. I've just never been a huge Harry Potter fan. But in terms of something where I'm like, ooh, I'd like to see that. I want to see John Lithgow as a Dumbledore. I think that'd be interesting. He's going to give a different spin on it that I get the feeling would be good. But everything else looks fine. And I guess it makes sense to do because there's a lot of stuff in the books like they didn't know where the stories were going, so they didn't put some stuff in the movie. So I get it, but yeah, I've just never been a huge Harry Potter guy. I'm more a Lord of the Rings guy.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather, have you seen any of the Mighty Nine yet? No, not yet. This one I'm going to watch with my husband, and we haven't had time to sit down and watch it yet. I'm sorry. We'll get to it. Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thoughts on the trailer for the upcoming Hunger Games movie?
I haven't seen it. I guess since a lot of people are asking about, maybe I'll check it out. There's got to be something in there that's got to be interesting. This is like the second or third time somebody's brought up.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. I'm almost done with Dragon Ball, the original series. Do you have Crunchyroll, Doug? And if so, what did you watch on it?
I might have Crunchy. Let me put it this way: if I have it, I'm not paying for it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if it's one of those free apps that comes with the TV or something. But so I don't think I do. It's always on there, but I don't. I think if I click on it, it's gonna be like pay to sign up. But no, I love to watch Dragon Ball. I love to watch Dragon Ball Z. I love to watch. Heather, you've seen both, right? Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know Dragon Ball came out first. Does it make more sense to watch that first, or should I watch Dragon Ball Z first and then Dragon Ball?
I mean, it really depends. I watched Dragon Ball Z and then Dragon Ball. That's because
Yeah, like most
Dragon Ball
people
Z
did,
was on
yeah.
TV. But Dragon Ball's not bad to start with.
No, I seen a little bit of both, and honestly, when we were doing the Toonami review, I was seeing little clips of it and everything, and I always remember seeing Dragon Ball Z on TV and just being like, "Oh man, do they ever do anything aside from just stand in a desert and yell at each other?" But when I actually started watching the first episode, I'm like, actually, this does seem kind of interesting. And same thing with Dragon Ball, the original. So I do want to check it out, but there's so many episodes, so I don't know when I'll get around to it.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Heather, what are your thoughts on the Hunger Games, both books and movies? I really enjoy the books. I think the books are very well written, very well done. I still haven't read the Sunrise on the Reaping yet because my library didn't have it. So I'll get to that one eventually. But the books are very good. The movies are also pretty good. I mean, no matter what, when you're adapting a movie to a book, a book to a movie, there we go, you're gonna miss some important parts and you're gonna have to like cut some things down and change a couple of things, but I feel like the movies weren't like an atrocious, like slap in the face to the books kind of a thing. So I do think the movies are pretty decent, but I haven't seen Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes yet. I should sit down and watch that at some point because I just finished the book like last year, but at some point, I guess. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Have you seen The Revenant?
That's the bear movie, right? Let me double check.
I'm not sure.
The Revenant. Sure, I spelled that wrong. No, I haven't, and I should because I hear it's great. But it's another one of those movies where I feel like I've already seen it just based on what everybody says about it and the type of movie it is. But I know that's not fair. I should experience it. I should go in and take it all in like everybody else has. One of these days I will, but again, it's another one of those where I'm not in a rush because I just feel like I already know the type of movie it's going to be, and I know it's going to be good. It's just not one where I'm like, oh, I gotta see that, kind of thing. So I'll get to it someday.
L. Brown, thank you for the $7 super chat. I just saw the new commercial special. I just wanted to say that I actually always thought that Melvin, brother of the Joker, was hilarious.
Oh, you're the one. Well, thank you so much.
Matthew, thank you for the $7 super chat. Doug, would you ever do an NC reviews of Lifetime movies like Death of a Cheerleader 1994 or Girl Fight 2011?
It's playing material, obviously, for a lot of those, but I don't know. I don't know if the audience is there. It'd have to be one where I would just want to do it because, oh my god, I gotta talk about the insanity of this movie because I know it probably wouldn't get that many views.
Omnicidal Clown, thank you for the $5 super chat. How about for the Old Spice commercials? You mentioned something like, ever want to have an acid trip but without the acid? That's what comes to mind.
Maybe.
Rob, thank you for the $5 super chat. Dunstan check-in review.
I did it years ago. Yeah, I think that was like the first 4 years. I did that one, so it's out there somewhere.
Christian, thank you for the $5 super chat. What do you think of Roger Ebert bringing guest critics and have Richard Roper with him?
I think you're saying when Siskel passed, having guest critics sit in and then eventually picking Roper, I think is what you're talking about. And I thought it was a good idea to run across different critics there. And Roper, I like him more as a writer and a columnist than I do as a critic. I actually like his columns quite a bit. And he wasn't like the worst choice or anything like that. Yeah, you can see why they picked him and everything, but I did feel like there were probably other critics on there that had better chemistry with Ebert and gave more interesting points of view. But there's a lot of things I like about the guy. I think he can be very funny, and again, I do feel like he belongs on the page. Like he's not a terrible on-screen personality, but he's just so much better in the written word. I think just so much more humor and snark and intelligence comes out when he's writing it.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. And Cobra Kai, before you stopped watching, did you like Johnny and Daniel's relationship?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that's where it started, and that's what was pulling me through a lot of it. Even when the seasons were getting just too crazy for me, I'm like, well, but I just so like them, and I want to know what's going to happen with them. And then, yeah, finally the whatever 3 parts of season 5 or whatever it was, I'm just like, I'm done. This is homework now. I just can't keep up.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. I've seen some amusing AI videos lately, such as Elvis Presley in Terminator 2 as the T-800. Lol.
Yeah, there's some crazy ones out there.
Haunted Joker, thank you for that 21-month subscription over on Twitch. Welcome back, appreciate that. Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Fun fact about Ratatouille, before Brad Bird came on as director, Gusteau was going to still be alive. It was Bird's idea to kill him off and have him be a figment of Remy's imagination.
Yeah, I think I remember hearing that. I think that was a good choice.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. All those commercial characters at the end and no Ernest?
There's only so many we could get in there. Also, none of us even come close to looking like Ernest.
Dan, thank you for the $5 super chat. So, Douglas, you say that you see value in every Christmas Carol adaptation. Well, did you know that there are Barbie Christmas Carol? NC, perhaps?
Of course there is. Um, I think some people were asking if I would do more like Barbie movies after the Nutcracker one, and I had to see how the views are. But the thing is, Christmas reviews, aside from like the first two, maybe I do in December, those usually do well. And then they just go, down the toilet after that. But then like later, sometimes they get some decent views. So that one I have to see how it's doing this year, maybe the following year, and if it's doing well, I'll probably do another one.
Rob, thank you for the $5 super chat. Did you hear about Jim Carrey producing a live action Jetsons movie?
I thought it was just acting in it, which is also weird. But yeah, I'm not seeing it him as George Jetson. But we'll see. Maybe they have something planned that is smarter than I give credit for.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, will you eventually review the official sequel for Old Yeller, that being Savage Sam? While not as good, it's still pretty darn good.
Yeah, I never did see it. I'm a little curious about it. Maybe one of these days I'll check it out.
Dan, thank you for the $5 super chat. Speaking of Christmas Carol, have you seen The Man Who Invented Christmas? It's a fictionalized biopic about Charles Dickens starring Dan Stevens.
No, but I heard it's good, which is interesting because there's something about when they just make up everything. I'm always like, well, why would I want to see that then? But there are some movies like I saw that oh, what was it? The Blackberry movie where they didn't have the personalities. They had the bullet points, but not what the personalities of these people were like. So they just made up the personalities, which is really weird and did throw me off. At the same time, it was entertaining. So maybe there's something there to that because I have heard some good things about it.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. Hey Doug, have you seen the Street Fighter USA cartoon? Despite its ridiculous amounts of cringe, you can't help but laugh at it. It's a guilty pleasure.
I remember growing up a little bit with that show, and we just do exactly that. We would laugh at how ridiculous it was and everything. That and I think the RoboCop cartoon we would laugh at quite a bit, and the Mortal Kombat one. Wait, what? Yeah, I think there was a Mortal. Is there a Mortal Kombat one? I don't know, but we definitely saw those two and had a good laugh with them.
Nate, thank you for the $10 super chat. Doug, will you ever play the Injustice games? Arguably among the best writing in a DC game, and it spawned a horrible animated movie which didn't follow the comic or the games. Might be NC worthy?
We when we first started streaming on Twitch, I think we played that game. It was really fun. It's interesting hearing so many people talk about the writing for it because I'm just like, but it's just you're this character, you're that character. Fight.
There's a really good campaign mode.
Yeah, so I am a little curious about that. Maybe one of these days. Ooh, that'd be kind of a fun game to stream one day. Like maybe put that on the list of possible games. Yeah, I'll put that down as a possibility.
Oh, Bro Productions, thank you for the 11-month membership over on YouTube. Welcome back. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Since it turned 25 this year, would you look at Rugrats in Paris? It's so much more bonkers than the first.
Maybe that's another one I want to see how the other one did because I mean Rugrats is fine, but I don't have like a diehard, passion for it. So if it's something where it looks like the other like really went up in numbers, maybe I will.
Yo, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey Doug, do you know that YouTube and other countries are or have mandated ID checks for internet stuff? It's been scary. What do you think?
I mean, I'm not a fan of it. Probably for the reasons you're not a fan of it, but yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things going on, both with YouTube, internet, government, the world, all sorts of things I'm not a fan of, but like, I don't have any answers. So yeah, I guess just for now, I gotta let people who are smarter than me take care of it.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And Django, what do you think of Django's wife,
I was
Broomhilda?
frozen today.
Good. I mean, we don't get a ton of her until is it even the halfway point? I want to say it's like maybe the last third of the movie, but no, I thought she was played pretty well.
Alexander, thank you for the 500 bits. What are your thoughts on the film Air?
I liked it. The only thing I didn't know, like I can't go about is that they're not showing Jordan in this movie, which is very smart. And it's all about the campaign around him and Nike and everything. When he's making the big speech at the end, and they're talking about moments that he's going to encounter and why they're important and the ups and the downs and stuff like that. And they do show like real footage of like stuff happening, and one of them is like his father's death, and I'm like, that didn't feel right. Like, yes, I know we're trying to sum up this person, this amazing thing, but also at the end of the day, it's a goddamn shoe deal. Like, it doesn't feel right having the death of a real person, the father of this person, in there. That felt really weird to me. But everything else in terms of like the writing and the acting, and just the idea, the fact that can fill a movie, I thought was very, very interesting, and honestly, really well done.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. Future NC on Gods of Egypt, which on paper should have worked. Great actors and an epic scale, yet it didn't come together as a whole.
Yeah, that's one I always have on the list. I haven't seen yet. I hear it's pretty goofy. So I'll probably check it out at some point.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 500 bits. I finally got to watch the entire Full Metal Jacket movie last night. Of course, R. Lee Ermey's performance was art.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. Always the big thing about that movie is that the first half is so good that it kind of overshadows the second half. In my opinion, the second half doesn't really get to it good until that last chunk, until the climax of the movie. And some say that's part of the point, where actually the boot camp in many respects is scarier than actual war, which is a take, certainly. But I still like it. I think it's a really good movie.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. What is Robin Walters' thoughts on Matt Reeves' The Batman?
They both love it.
Mhm.
Yeah, they really got into the style, and especially the cinematography with the focus and everything. I don't know if it's like their favorite Batman movie, but yeah, they both really, really got into it.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. In Inception, what do you think of Leonardo DiCaprio's performance?
Honestly, like most of his other ones, fine. Again, it's very rare that I don't see Leonardo DiCaprio there. Sometimes that can work as an advantage. I think in The Departed, I think that kind of works because he's trying to fit in. He is kind of the outsider, so he would feel a touch phony. But yeah, I mean, but it's not distracting. It's not like a bad performance or anything. I just always see Leonardo DiCaprio. But it's fine. It's decent.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. Do you have a favorite mean-spirited moment of It's Always Sunny? For me, I gotta go with either the Very Sunny Christmas special, the Mac kills his dad episode where the gang profits off the guy who wants to off himself, or the season 9 premiere when Dee gets super depressed and it leads to a great ending. Also, happy Thanksgiving!
Back at you. Man, that's right. There's so many. I'll just go with the one that's like the most recent in my memory. The one where, I mean, you kind of know it's not going to happen, but where they're making it look like Frank's going to die. And again, it's not going to happen, but in what way are they going to reveal it? And the way they revealed it was so funny and so insane. I just cracked up. I howled with laughter. I'm sure there's ones that are better and funnier, but that's one of the that's the one sticking in my head right now.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. What do you think of The Aviator?
Ambitious. I do like the ambition of it. I like trying to get people, especially younger people, into knowing who this guy was. Um, a lot of it did come down to DiCaprio really wasn't the right choice for that. That's always the part my brother and I got from my uncle. He always says anytime DiCaprio is trying to play a part like when he's older, it looks like he's trick or treating. I'm like, yep, that's all I see when he's the old man with the cane talking like this, just like trick or treat. Like, yeah, I don't buy it. And even as a young man, I didn't 100% buy it. But again, I do like the style of it. I like it's trying to kind of show how much of a cool rebel he was at that time, which I think especially a lot of younger people look back at the time period and just sort of go, oh, yeah, old. They didn't take any risk, whatever, and they really did. And I thought the style of that movie really reflected that pretty well. So again, I guess that's a long way of saying it's good.
Peter, thank you for the $10 super chat. I was surprised to see Melvin again. I thought he became Satan's fourth hand man and then got blown up by Ask That Guy. Funny commercial special, by the way. Heather actually did look like Flo. I was impressed. Well, thank you.
Yeah, I
Makeup and a wig will
um
go a long way.
yeah. But he came back from hell to, tell the Geico caveman to stop it, because yes, there's some things that can work past heaven and hell, and the Geico caveman sketches are so not funny that they can do that.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. And Has Been Hotel, what do you think of Vaggie and Charlie's
I was
relationship?
frozen today.
It's good. I think I liked in the first one. Even though they have sort of the quote unquote third act breakup a little bit in the second season, I thought them getting back together was done very well. I liked the song. I thought it was a good mix of like both kind of like romantic and a little erotic, honestly.
Mhm.
And I really believe their chemistry. I don't think it would have been that way if I didn't believe the chemistry. Um, yeah, no, I think they work very good. They remind me a lot of I can't be the only one to say this, of Harley and Ivy from the
Mm.
Harley Quinn show. I really get that, but not to a point where they feel like a ripoff or anything like that. But it kind of feels like a similar relationship.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 500 bits. Heather, in the first Injustice game, what do you think of the Dark Superman? Do you think he's a good villain? Yeah, I remember liking it. I mean, the story in the Injustice games took me a little bit, not by surprise, but same thing you said, Doug. I was like, really, y'all want to see me play the Injustice games? I'm not a fighting game person. I don't play
Hmm.
fighting games. And they're like, no, but you're a DC girl. You'll like it. Trust me. They were right. The comics
Hmm.
are pretty good too. So, yeah.
Yeah, I put it down on the list. Maybe it does make sense. I mean, it's not going to be like stream after stream after stream, right? I mean, I'm assuming
No,
we could
you can
probably end
finish
up
that
in
in
like,
like 2 streams.
yeah, maybe that's something
Two
to
or
do. Maybe that'll be
three.
like a good palate cleanser after Final Fantasy or something.
Wyatt, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey, Doug, for Christmas this year, can you please review a Rankin Bass Christmas movie? It's just that you've never reviewed one on Nostalgia Critic yet.
I have it on the list. Rankin Bass, at least with the King and I, was just super tight with their copyright claim clause. Um, but right now, because of AI, we're just getting hit for everything. Even things that got cleared, we're getting hit with again. So there is a little bit of a sense of just, screw it, just do whatever we want. So not this Christmas because I already got them picked out, but maybe the following December I might do one.
Nate, thank you for the $5 super chat. Doug, would you consider ever touching the other Ronald McDonald VHS that came after Scared Silly? Someone really hilariously cringe yet creative.
Uh, Again, that's another one. I'll have to see how the numbers are doing on the other one, because I was kind of dabbling with it to see it. I know it sounds weird because you're like, well, why can't you just see right after it comes out? Because that's not how our numbers really work anymore. It did like in the old days, and now it's like something will come out and it'll either not do well at the beginning and then maybe grow later, or not do well and just never do well, or it's somewhere in the middle. So yeah, sometimes I'll see a video, I just sort of threw it in the the failure category, and then like maybe 4 years later I'll look at it like crossed a million views. So yeah, it's one of those things where I just kind of got to see how it's playing out.
Sean, thank you for the $5 super chat. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, as well as the rest of the Channel Awesome crew. Thank
Back
you.
at you. Thank you so much.
Treg, thank you for the 500 bits. You have any thoughts on Ralph Bashke's Hey Good Looking? While American Pop is probably my favorite of his, HGL is certainly an interesting project, and it's the film of his that I've probably watched the most.
Let me remind myself of the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, it's the one that I remember being like the most. Not that the film is disjointed. I just, my memory of it is very disjointed. I remember liking it, but if you were to ask me name some moments in it, I don't know if I could only do like a handful of moments. So it's probably one I gotta sit down and watch again. I do remember enjoying it, but I don't have a super strong memory of it, so I should probably give it another go.
Crass, thank you for the $2 super chat. JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Did you ever buy the 2006 Star Wars DVDs? Put the laser disc master tapes on the bonus discs for those DVDs.
I remember hearing about that. Did I get that? I don't think I got those. But I did hear they did that as kind of like, oh, you just want to do everything possible to not have like a cleaned up, you know, uh, the high definition version of the original movies for whatever reason.
Maddie Smo, thank you for the $10 super chat. Hey Doug, celebrating my anniversary with my girlfriend. Anyway, have you ever watched Ed, Ed and Eddie? If you haven't, you should. The slapstick is on par or better than Tom and Jerry.
Just clips here and there. And a little bit I saw I liked. I just sort of chucked it up to as a little past my time. But I don't know. One of these days, maybe I'll sit down and watch a bunch of them because I know it has a following. A lot of people really like it.
Dawn Emery, thank you for the $2 super chat. Ricky the Mad Dragon, thank you for the $20 super chat.
Thank
Happy
you.
Thanksgiving! Any chances of doing an NC on the Rush Hour trilogy in the future? Fourth movie finally happening, and explore why this trilogy has a huge following to this day. The chemistry, the jokes, everything in them.
They are doing a fourth one. Interesting. Okay, man. Can Jackie still do all that? poor guy's got a rest. But no, I guess I'm curious. I like those movies. I think the third one's probably the weakest, but I still thought it was pretty funny. It was weird because the first one got good reviews. The second one was just ripped apart, and then people didn't like the third one. I was just like, what happened between these two movies that was just so awful? I just remember going to see the second one, waiting for it to get bad, and I was like, this is fine. That was good as the first one, so I always thought that was weird.
The guy is here. Thank you for the $2.80 super chat. What do you think of Randy from South Park?
Oh, he's fun. He's obviously supposed to be the scapegoat straw man, just the guy that throws himself into everything. That's always supposed to be the commentary of the world going crazy. So as that type of archetype goes, I think he's done pretty well, and they make him pretty funny.
Crass, thank you for the $2 super chat. As someone with autism, I hated that Pac-Man ad.
Oh, I can see that.
Dawn Emery, thank you for the $2 super chat. Do you like the 3 Night at the Museum?
I've only seen the first one. I haven't seen the other two. But the first one I enjoyed.
JL, thank you for the 500 bits. Doug, do you own any Spider-Man comics?
Yeah, I still got a couple. Rob was more the Spider-Man fan than I was, but I sort of, lived through that, reading his comics, and he'd go into the lore of it and everything. It was always really cool. I remember the one that I did, anything that had Venom or Carnage or like the Black Suit saga, I really, really liked. And not to say the other stuff was bad, not at all. It's just that was the stuff I always gravitated towards. I mean, just look at Venom. He looks awesome.
And we're caught up for just a couple of chat questions
Alrighty.
here. July Media over on YouTube asks, what are your thoughts on the 1969 Puss in Boots anime movie? Fun fact, the main character, Pero, is the mascot for the Toei Animation logo.
Okay, interesting. Hold on, what is the anime? It's funny because I just want to see if it's the same one. It's not. Okay, so I have seen this design. I haven't seen the movie. There's an old Grimm's Fairy Tale anime that they ran on Nickelodeon back in the day, and they have Puss in Boots in there. So I was seeing it was the same one. I was like, was that a movie? It's like, no, it's a show. But I haven't seen it, so I'll probably try to check it out.
Drolu, thank you for the $5 super chat. Would you ever review The Critic?
I've thought about it because there is a lot of stuff I could say about it. I enjoy it quite a bit. So I always have it on there as a possibility one day, but just haven't gotten around to it yet.
Elite Gamer over on Twitch says, hi y'all, popping in to say hello and wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. I'm thankful to be a part of such an awesome community. So to all of you, please take care and have a great day tomorrow.
Oh, back at you. Thankful to have you as well. Thank you.
Gabriel, the creative kid over on Twitch says, have you seen Running Man? And if so, thoughts?
I haven't. I hope it's good because all the other King movies that have come out this year have been really great. I hate for that to be like the one that breaks the streak, but I'm curious to check it out.
Sorry about that, chat. I don't know why that popped up. Doug, you got covered for a hot second there. Something popped up on the screen. All right. Well, that brings us to 8 o'clock anyway. So all right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Again, as usual, we super appreciate it. Tomorrow there will be no stream. It is Thanksgiving, so no Malcolm. But Doug will be back on Friday. We're going to spend Black Friday playing a game. So come hang out with us on Friday
think-
night, YouTube
I
or
think we
Twitch.
can say what it is, right? I
Yeah,
don't think
yeah,
there's any
yeah,
reason to keep it. Yeah, we're because I'm gonna review Marvel Rivals for Disney December, which I have played before, but I haven't played it, with the mindset of like reviewing it. So we're gonna play that. I do remember having a good time with it, but it'll be interesting going with a different point of view. So it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Doug's gonna play some Marvel Rivals. So come hang out on Friday. And then next week we'll be back with the same usual stuff. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrate. And yeah, have a great day, everyone. We'll see y'all later.
Bye
Bye.
bye.